This video will show how to install a 4-prong power cord on a GE dryer. Safety first, so always disconnect power before servicing any electrical appliance. Also, all these machine parts are very sharp. The edges can cut you and cause serious injury, so be careful when handling the parts. The first thing we'll do is get the dryer, and I'm actually going to take this dryer and turn it up on its front edge a little bit and lean it against a wall. This gets the bottom area where it's easier to work on. You don't have to do this, but if you do, make sure you put it up against the wall solidly so that it's not going to slip and fall on you. And then we can get to this access cover plate, and I'm taking the screw off right now that holds it in place. This is the cover that covers the terminal block area. And once you get that out of the way, you can see where the tabs came from there. That's how you put it back on. Just one screw removes it. Now you've exposed the L1 terminal, L2 terminal, and L3 terminal where the wires from this 3-prong power cord were plugged in at. And we're going to have to remove them, of course, so that we can remove the power cord and get the 3-prong out of the way so we'll be able to install the 4-prong. Just use a Phillips screwdriver and unscrew the mounting screws there that hold the terminal wires from the power plug onto the terminal block. Once you get all three of these removed, the next thing we want to do is pull the cable out, and we'll have to loosen the strain relief clamp. The wires are all loose now, but they're still tight. The wire is still held in there by that strain relief clamp, so just unscrew those Phillips head screws loose enough to pull the cable out. You don't want to take them out, they're real hard to get started back. Go ahead and pull that out, and now it's out of the way. Next thing we want to do, since we've got that removed, you can see here that there's a grounding strap. We're going to need to remove that grounding strap and save that screw. There it is. Go ahead and undo that screw. Now that screw is going to be used for the 4-prong power cord to put the grounding wire from it. That's the grounding location for the strap. The grounding location right there is for the wire from the power cord when we have 4-wire. So it'll be mounted in a different place. You need to save this grounding strap in case we ever need to go back to 3-prong, because you need to have it there to ground the body to the neutral terminal on the terminal block. So make sure you tape it to the back in that general area. Just make sure you tape it so it's not going to be in the way of anything. And if anyone ever needs to put a 3-prong back on this dryer in the future, they'll have it there to use. Okay, now we need to get the 4-prong. I'm going to show you the wires here. On the 4-prong, they are actually color coded. Get them straight. The white one is your neutral wire. It'll go on the middle terminal. The green is the grounding for the body. It'll go on that grounding location on the body. The red is L1. And the black is L2. Those go on the outer terminals of the terminal block. Now that strain relief clamp is still there. If you didn't have one, one would come with the new power cord. Make sure you install it so that your power cord can be held in place with the strain relief clamp. It is important to have it. It keeps the wires from getting cut and also holds them firmly in place. So if someone was to pull on the cable, it won't pull against the terminals. Having to loosen this some more to get the casing to actually fit in there. This is a thicker cable than the 3-prong is. Just make sure the casing actually goes through the strain relief clamp so that it's in far enough. Next step, I'm going to go ahead and bend the grounding strap, which is the green wire from the power cord, and put it into its location, and use that same grounding screw that used to hold the strap in place on the body. It'll go in this new location for the grounding wire. Just get it tightened down snug. You don't want to over tighten it and strip out the threads, of course, so just do it good and snug, and that's good enough. Next, we'll start installing the 3 wires that are remaining. L1 is the red wire. We'll put it on first, so kind of manipulate the wire till it's in position. Grab one of the mounting screws and use the Phillips head screwdriver and reattach it. Next step, go to the next wire, which will be the neutral wire. That's the white one. Put it in the center. Always make sure the white one goes in the middle on these 4 prong. And again, just tighten these down snug. Be careful not to over tighten them. You can break stuff. You don't want to have them stripped out or broken, so just snug. And go ahead and do the last wire, which is the L2 terminal. That'll get all of our wiring done. Next step is to make sure you tighten down the clamp. You won't need very much tightening on this type of cable, but you do want to get it tightened. And that way, if anyone ever does pull on that power cable, it won't pull or do any damage on the terminal block wires. It'll just pull against the brace there. And finally, go ahead and get the cover and position it so that the tabs go back into the slots. Get it lined up and in position, and then you can put that screw that holds the cover on in place and tighten it down as well. Alright, that completes the installation of the 4-prong power cord. Just be careful when you set the dryer back down not to let it just fall down. Just guide it back down carefully. And you should be ready to hook the duct on, and everything should be good to go. Thank you.